If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then. Yeah, we've definitely made some progress. So, where's... Huh? Hey! What the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? Alright, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Shadows of... Access denied.
Huh? So you don't... Seems like I've mistaken you.
At the very least, you should... No, wait! Even when you've got the right person...
Have you ever met someone by the name of... He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around... Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we Hey! Don't be me. Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go... Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? You mean beyond already? Yeah, anyway, there's no time to look. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a... Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen.
Oh, so you...
I've heard bits and pieces. Something... Is it really as big a deal as everyone... Really? Wow. He was called away earlier by some people from... I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friends.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable. Thank you. Guess we'll go pay a visit.
All right, then. I'll just...
Next on the agenda...
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the... We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of good... Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least the Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to... Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already... In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kami... We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the... Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution in the interest of preventing further harassment of the bladesmith clans by the...
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a... However...
I can assure you that nothing could be further. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation, you will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Ina's.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements, yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kai.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the...
Malicious rumors? Oh,
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaido...
what? But
That is correct. However, to some people...
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very... But perhaps if the shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation...
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offers.
In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then,
yikes! We nearly forgot.
why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No. This puzzles... My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a kaida. Those forms are quite different from the more practical...
All the more reason to watch your back.
Indeed. He sounds highly...
In that case, I will send some men out in...
Thank you. I must say, I am now very curious about this matter. I will first join the Traveler and invest...
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say. We'd like to... Do you know if anyone...
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating it.
Oh? You were targeted in an Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of... To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the
millions?
Please, accept my thanks.
Of course. No matter what, we only take up... Sorry, I got a little off topic, but I wouldn't know where to begin.
Then let's put that connection aside for... The Tenryo Commission had very few leads.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be...
Uh-oh. Looks like the trails are...
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked... Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is... I am well aware of your talents. It would cause me great grief to see some... For the poor victim?
Don't worry, we'll find it.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara.
You flatter me.
You are much too humble. Oh, actually, there was one strange... Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more...
All right then. Recently, one of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other...
Amenoma! Now
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma. Two grown men going missing at the same time. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished...
Understood. Though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither...
Sure! Can't hurt!
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making...
Sounds good. All...
I'm out of here!
Ah, if it is...
Yes. The Kaedahara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Go.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, as an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in. As for the art of the Kaedahara clan...
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete, for only a blade thus forged can capture.
Indeed. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade.
You overestimate me. My actions are but let's get back on topic. The purpose of we hope to assist with the investigation.
Ah, yes. My nephew. He didn't say a word before he left. But I've done what I can so far.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance.
Yes. On the morning that I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato. After that, yes. Strange, isn't it? If I had to guess, he's never been particularly interested in blade forging. But he is extraordinarily...
Truth be told, we have some information based on the evidence we have gathered so far. Only Yuya...
What? No. He is humble and kind. Yes. If there's one thing I can... But... With that, I also cannot know what course of action... Anyway, should you find...
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya...
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two... Let's pay a visit to the Naga...
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay. My husband has gone
No, you misunderstand us.
Ah, I see. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state.
I'm afraid we don't have any new info. With this in mind...
For example, Paimon's...
That's a long story. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing. Everything was fine when we first got married.
Uh-oh.
He lost his sense of restraint. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends... On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum.
Whoa!
And that led to an...
Actually, it didn't. Generally, you must understand, I never would have dreamed... After I said those words, he froze. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged his bad habits, and I also don't know if the next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both...
I see. Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Naga.
At first, I assumed that, but my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so...
Maybe he...
I don't know. He just disappeared. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home, now that all his Even though as long as he's willing to turn over and...
Please don't get upset. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had but the information we gathered from the other side
A little confusing.
Let's try a change of scenery. Rest assured, we'll notify...
Thank you so much.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise the fire at the warehouse likely played a... Do you have any thoughts?
Well... Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
Right. I very much agree with you. Working off what we know so far, the chances are that there is one fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, the more I ponder it, the more puzzling it be. Right. Although the time Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principal.
Darn! We thought...
Let's keep going. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Miss...
Okay, but...
Let's head out of the city and check out... Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can... As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but it felt very much like that ancient presence. Indeed. But this unexpected... We should remain vigilant.
So it's an underground...
The force is the source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place. Judging from the concentration...
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used...
It could well be that he was already under the influence, from what I've been told. But most will develop a stubborn streak upon... Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with.
So what should we...
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look in. If we don't open this door, we can move no... You needn't worry. Both of us.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
That was too scary!
All we can do now is keep searching. Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's go. If not, quiet your mind and focus. From this point, the trail appeared. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
No touching!
Ninjutsu!
This is long overdue.
By the looks of it, a letter, written on a piece of torn clothing. Well, according to this letter, Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr.
So...
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence, whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point. Yes, if Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people...
Right! So moving!
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, for a practitioner of the martial arts, all the clues that at first... I have a hypothesis that if it...
Wait! You figured...
I believe so. But on with the search. We must stay...
We're way behind schedule.
Why here?
I'm not sure. But... Show yourself!
Kaede Harakazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! What's your problem, huh?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. But what if instead of facing Ame no Mayuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it... Whoa! Sure!
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years. Or rather, as a means to occupy Ame no Mayuya.
You're sharper than I thought. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed blade as a descendant of the Kaedehara clan.
I presume it has something...
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden show. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest in her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade.
So...
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power.
So, Amen, tell me, what happens to...
My hosts? Who cares when they got tired or injured or unused?
You're...
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my... At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destiny. Kaede Harakazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun. Now.
Born of ice and frost. We're way behind schedule.
Submit to me! Join
No
me
touching.
and sever that divine light!
I swear by my sword!
Shall rewrite history! Join me and sever that divine light! Do not stand in my way.
Your bluff's fooling no one!
Lost. I can never lose. Even if you defeat me here, he is but a puppet that can be replaced. The end result is the same. I will end. And even if I were to lose by any means necessary.
Your fighting style. It is indeed, but from your movements, I sense only hatred and...
Really?
As I've mentioned before, the forms... Since the blade is currently possessing Ame no Mayuya's, if you ask me, the mania is probably due to...
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of East. In that regard, why...
Because all of... I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Ina's... Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything... After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to... Well, that brings me to my second point. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this... I think you realized your limitations long ago. But the way I see it...
What would you know about any of this? I'm just...
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of... Even if you were to sever that divine light, Is this... Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishinar. How could you possibly unleash the full potential?
Silence, you I must achieve. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see...
And you should face
Easy for you to say. Facing... I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. It is pointless to argue further. Descendant.
How stubborn. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty show.
What? Sure.
Very well. Then find yourself some... Once we have dealt with...
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose...
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only way to save Amenoma. The cursed blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitant. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions.
But...
Even if things take a turn, we have a chance here to save an innocent victim.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance now.
Kazuha?
I felt a little dizzy. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will.
What should we do next?
We find some... Although this blade has endured much turmoil, if a blade built for Ishin art cannot... If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight.
Wait a minute! Paimon, since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base...
All right.
What about Amenoma Yuya?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently.
Are we sure this is a good idea? Okay, fine.
Leave everything on this journey to me. Into the wind.
To the ferry. It's my lucky day.
Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right. The blade is performed, though he's making every effort to persevere.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Let's keep going.
Let's get down to business.
Wind Strider! Wind Strider!
Let's get down to
Time to go.
business.
As one with wind and cloud!
How's this? My blade!
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
I can sense that his strength is slowly... He cannot hold out much longer.
But what would...
I will be careful with it. He also said he's... Wind strike! Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Cut down. Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes,
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again.
perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk!
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to... Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long... It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I've finally figured out why it was that you agreed to... You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand... The only one who truly understood you...
Here they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup, we can help!
Don't worry. It's just more of the...
It's my lucky day.
Wind strike!
There's more!
Keep
As one with wind and cloud!
You fought
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and no one knew anything of my story throughout my travels. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony...
But in this too, you have...
Indeed. No matter how too much time has passed. My physical state, yours, is the blade that took on the Muso no...
Actually, this is just a generic blade that... Forging and maintenance are both... This blade has traveled the land with me for many years. Skill. Blade. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of...
I sensed it, but...
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. I feel a great sense of regret for you. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the... You have known this for a long time.
He gave me everything. How could I possibly... I said to him... How...
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation. When I touched the hilt for the first time, a bladesmith lay quietly on the bed. His frail face, a newly forged blade lay by his side.
Wow.
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, he spent the rest of his life in the fort. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he couldn't, so he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back. All he wanted to show was that they...
So that, but after that, the blacksmith...
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he... This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities. But only... Yes. Time would not wait or stop because of his... He seems to have calmed down.
When I look back, I once told him that I would pay any price, but darkness and slaughter numbed them. Not only did I fail to fulfill...
You are finally seeing reality.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, but I still cannot bring myself. So, may I...
Hey! Now you're adding your...
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. My physical form and...
His attitude... What do you think, Kazuha?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I... Alas, nor have I ever... My fights were devoid of any... You are a fight.
Oh?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. He must have plenty of reasons to both...
Understood.
I see. I utterly despise him and his action. If a duel can help to set this, I do not wish to be a...
There's no need to worry.
Thanks for your help.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear in any case. For a final duel, I think...
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let it... Still. Even... Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of Ishin art.
Successor of Amenoma art.
Honored to crossblade.
It is my honor.
Wind strike. Time to go. It's fine. Wind strike. Falling leaves, adorn my night. Wind strike. Clouds high, the birds call.
Thank you. Although he appears battered and broken, his sense of savage cruelty...
You also fought well. There are a few things...
I must apologize to you for all...
You need not seek my forgiveness. It is too late.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ish... I beseech...
Yes. I too trust Mr...
Thank you, successor.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to...
I am not sure, but...
I am sorry to have troubled you.
A prized Ishin blade. Turned weapon. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji...
Really?
Yes. Badly wounded. And now that Yuya is back...
I think I know what you want.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade...
Yes. He said he wants to take control of...
What?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. I have decided...
But... he...
Thank you. I will explain... Okay. I am ready. Let us begin.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So... that's why his consciousness will disappear
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever... It seems like deep down, he disapproved only in the final moments.
Seems like he really...
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone. I understand. Perhaps this is hearing his wish to rival the divine light. Touched your quest to face the gods, and after everything I've seen,
Oh, God.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will...
Wait! Shouldn't we also...
Oh, you're right. And it's also time to give him a response.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The
Wow, you sure kept...
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted by means of a series of fortuitous events. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my...
I see.
The Kaedehara clan has always been a family of blade. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts.
You misunderstand.
I am aware.
Very well. I can However, if you should ever change your mind...
Great.
Where will you travel to?
As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.